Okay, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. It's a wonderful Sunday here in the nation's capital city. And like you already know it is time for our regular Sunday conversation. You can call it a Sunday Jangi, you can call it a live podcast conversation where we meet and share ideas on specific topics targeting societal happenings and many other things. So it's a platform where anyone can chip in their idea and let us know what they think regards the topic we are treating. And today is that wonderful day which we are going to be having this wonderful topic. As you can see on this on your screen, we have a very captivating topic, a topic which has not been fully exploited. And I think it's something that we can exploit today and actually talk about. And like you all know it, I'm Wickham, your anchorman, and together we'll be having wonderful people, TK, Mama Sita, Queen Mercy, and many other people that will be joining in. And those of you who are coming in, you are very much welcome. The live show started, the live conversation started already. And before we go into the deeper parts of our conversation, our team went down into the streets to actually get public opinion on the topic which we are having today. Today, we'll be talking about on the African man, that is the African husband versus the westernized man. We'll equally be talking on men and domestic duties, domestic activities, and we'll equally look at the impact of westernization on our culture. When I talk about our culture, I'm directly referring to the African culture. So those of you who are coming in right now, you are very much welcome. You're welcome to this conversation. You're welcome to this podcast. And hopefully we have a wonderful time exchanging ideas. We have a wonderful time sharing what we think and learning from what we share. So anybody who is coming in right now, you're very much welcome. Feel free to share the live broadcast. Feel free to invite friends to follow as well, such that we have as many people as possible watching. And this is the conversation for you. So please, if you're just coming right now, feel free, go nowhere. Take your seat, have a comfortable seat, connect your earpiece for those of you who are in a noisy place. Those of you in a calm environment, you're very much safe. Those of you in a noisy place, you can connect your head, your earpiece, because tonight we're going to be releasing some deep truth. And I hopefully you all are ready for the truth which we can tell ourselves today, because this show is all about being transparent. It's all about being sincere with one another. It's all about telling ourselves some wonderful truth that could help us equip and build ourselves. Before we proceed, I want to just send special shout out to all of you who have been very faithful. All of you have been very faithful. We are very glad to have you, and we are glad because we are here because you're out there. We do this every day because you're out there. So those of you who are connected right now, connect, hit the share button. Let us know where you're connecting from. Let us know your location so we could give you a special Sunday greetings. So if you're connecting, just drop your comment there. So we'll give you a wonderful Sunday greeting. And like you all know, before we go deep into the topic, like I said earlier on, we are going to look at what the people had to talk about in the streets. We're talking about topics like this. It has to do with societal things. It has to do with things happening in our society. So it is good sometimes that we get the opinion of those who are of the street as well. We get public opinion. So we have a good range of ideas to talk about. People have different ways they see things. Different people have different ways they connect. Different people have different ways. And the different ways in which people see things actually affects them and determines how they behave, how they might react, and how they may do certain things. Now, for us to better understand people in the different ways they do things or the different ways they see things, it's good to first of all understand how they think, coupled with the way we equally think as well, and coupled with what we think is a better option that could be adopted to impact our generation, our society positively. So please, those of you coming in, big shout out to everybody who is joining in right now. Just let us know where you're connecting from. In fact, just say hello so we can greet you in a special way. We have this wonderful culture of celebrating everybody that follows the live stream, and we would like to celebrate you. Please, if you're coming in, just indicate so we know where you're coming from, and we could give you this special greeting, this special Sunday greeting. All right, so before much I do, I will just play some of the short clips which we had. And when we come back after this, when we come back after this, we are going to bring in our special people. I could see Tabitha King already, and we're going to bring them in after we play these short videos, which we had to get public opinion from the different topic we have. Now, those of you connecting, you can watch us from Facebook, you can watch us from YouTube, you can watch us from Instagram. Yeah, either ways, they are all our platforms are very, very active. Now, let's watch this.
Of this, please want to ask a random question. Do you accept the fact that an African man should be involved in domestic activities?
Normally, it depends on your agreement or your arrangement with your wife.
Be more explicit, please make us understand very well.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
anything in life depends on the basis of the thing. If you and your wife agree that maybe you come back from your job site before her and accept to carry up some house project, you can be doing it. I think that life is very simple. Let not be complicating life for nothing.
Okay, to you it's very normal, it's just an understanding.
Just an understanding, but except that you have a wife that is stubborn, that's going out looking for men, that you just decide now that I will never do anything. She's the one that will carry up all the house project.
The Empire, please, what's your name?
Praise. No,
Okay.
I don't accept it.
All right, why? Please, can you give us your own point of view?
Like, you will not make me happy. Don't I will never be happy. If I take it like that, I can never be happy. Don't I follow my heart. You understand? Don't I don't take shit. If somebody can do something that is not good with me, don't if you like. If I marry you, like if I get married to you, say you're my wife. That's your duties. You understand? Like I'm gonna pay the bride price already. Cannot like take that. No, I don't take
The
that.
Empire, please, what's your name?
Fazila, for the fact that they should be involved.
All right, why?
Because everybody has to be working.
Okay.
Let's say if I fall sick like that, he has to be working.
Let's say you didn't fall sick, oh, you're fine, you're okay, but should your husband do domestic activities?
Yes, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
For example, you can live with a woman in the house. Maybe tomorrow the woman is sick, and then if you have that type of man that does not know how to do anything, that is lazy, is not supportive, the woman, maybe how are the children going to do? Are the children going to stay without feeding? But if a man is that type of man that is supportive, even if the woman is sick, maybe the woman travel, the man will support. Maybe in kitchen activities, the man will know that the children are supposed to eat, maybe wash their dresses, or maybe if one of the child falls sick, you will be able to take the child to the hospital. So women are not slaves. Men should support their women in domestic activities.
All right, thank you very much for your opinion. So, to the best of my knowledge, your opinion is that men should help their wives
In the
in
house.
domestic activities, yes, because women are not slaves. When you're not around, at least you can do the work. All right, thank you very much for your opinion.
My name is Ale. Yes. As for me, I know that. As for me, the way, yes, the way my life day, I like too much love. Like if you love your wife, you fit even come back for work. Me the two, the other thing you to do the other thing. Yes, like me. Oh, I love at least I love kitchen.
All right.
Yes, when my wife they cook, at least I like for them for the corner, at least for the house and say this one you do now, this one you do now. So they show me. Yes,
All
so
right.
that.
To the best of my knowledge, it's part of showing love, supporting your wife. Let it not be like a man, you're a man. All right.
Okay, people. Okay, beautiful people. Now, you're very much welcome back. You're very much welcome back into the live broadcast. And those of you coming in, you're very much welcome. Big shout out to Mofako. Mofako says, you're very much welcome. Mofako says the second guy in a legend. Miss Mama says, okay, Miss Mama says, boss, I see you. Yeah, I see you too. And those of you who are connecting right now, you're very much welcome to this broadcast. Now, I don't want to go too much into discussion because we have some wonderful people that are loaded and that are willing to share with us wonderful ideas. Now, they say, ladies and gentlemen, they say, ladies before gentlemen, but God created Adam first. Okay, let me start with the beautiful lady. Like you all know, we have a Mama Sita, always beautiful, toujours belle, toujours prêt, and ready to give us. Oh, she's all glowing. Mama Sita, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, E. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good. I'm okay. I'm okay. And you, how you doing?
Very well. Thank
No,
you.
I can see you're all glowing. I can see you're all glowing. So I'm just asking for formality.
Thank you.
Okay, please, those of you coming in, kindly share the podcast. Thank you, Mofako. It says, those of you coming in, kindly share. When you join the live broadcast, you share. And today we have a wonderful Mama Sita, and we equally have another gentleman. Oh, I have a
Ooh.
gentleman. We know we have a lot of ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, we had him last week, and this week he is with us again. Yesterday, last week he gave us some good insight, and now we have the all charismatic, intelligent Tabby for King. You're very much welcome, Mr. Tabby for King, and glad to have you.
Thank you very much, Emma. Don't mind the sweating, it's Douala and it's heat.
Oh, okay, I see. I know, right? Now,
Yeah.
I want us to just jump rapidly into the topic. Let's look at this thing this way. You see, in our societies, we are, no matter how we do it, we are victims of westernized culture, because when we were coming of a white man and many other things, from the belief system to the way of life to the module of and pattern of life and cultures, it changed because we became westernized. That is why you can call me Emmanuel. That's why we can call, we have those names, kings. You see, we have different names. You understand? And
Yeah.
for it not to be too biased, you add some we come beside, you add some time. There are names which you mix, you understand? And we were giving different things, and no matter how we do it, all of these things had a way it played with us. Because if you go as far back, the way people used to live, even at the genesis of the white man, I mean, during colonial, pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial era, at the genesis of the post-colonial era, we still had some iota of Africanity and some things we used to still do. But now with the coming rampant influx of civilization, education, development, a lot has changed, and a lot of African virtues, cultures have been compromised, either with the guys that it is toxic, or with the guys that it is not good, or with the guys that it is demonic, or the guys that the westernization culture is much more better. But now, fast forward. We are now in 2024. Looking at mode of life, we are developed, advanced. We can connect with different people from different parts of the world. That is good, thanks to westernization. We can speak English, a common language. How many people know? Oh, some of us had to. Some many Africans can't even speak their mother tongue. Sorry, and there are some others that know just English, because thanks to westernization, a lot of people can speak more of English or French or their language. So this has a way it has played with us, with our way of life, with the way we do things. You see, somebody who has never been to an airport in Douala or Yaoundé or Boya, for example, they start saying, "Yeah, man, you know, they're trying to rap to feel good, to feel superior." You understand? So that is how it played with us. Yeah, all of it I'm saying, I'm coming somewhere. So it played with us in such a way that the Western civilization sounded superior, and our virtues and our culture sounded inferior. So many people could easily drop our our Africanity to embrace westernization. You see, and this affected our mode of life. Now, coming back to a life like in a household, in an African setting, there were certain things that a typical African man wouldn't do, but thanks to westernization, our African brothers are doing them. And some of these things are domestic chores. Some of these things are decision making, permitting their women in the decision making table. There are a lot of many of these things that are done, that it is thanks to Western civilization that could be done. But fast forward to our days. Now, this is a chaotic and this is a problematic. We have a well structured, developed society where people are intellectual, people reason faster, people speak good English, people speak fluently, people are creative, people can develop a lot of things. Number one, the family bond is gradually dying. Number two, cohabitation between man and woman is almost impossible. The rampant rate of divorce and all of that is alarming. Number three, human moral virtues are dying. Number four, the next generation might be very catastrophic. Now, let's discuss about this. What do you think? Let's start with the ladies. They say ladies first. Let's honor women. Mama Sita, what do you think? Let's use domestic chores as a case study to gear into the African man and westernization and the westernized man. What, in your opinion, what do you think? Is it proper for a man, the father of a house, a husband, and the king of a house to get involved in domestic chores? Do you think it's normal, it's proper?
It's
As
normal.
is part of his duty?
Yeah,
All right, so
it's very normal, and you have to
right.
help
So
your
to you,
queen. If you're the Yeah, as you are the king of the house, she's also the queen of the house, so you have to help your woman. And
mm-hmm,
if you guys have kids, you have to help. Not like you don't have to share stuff 50-50. But nowadays people or ladies don't
mm-hmm,
sit at home doing nothing anymore. So they try to help the man do one or two things or help in paying one or two bills in the house. So I
mm-hmm.
think as a man, help your woman when she's in the kitchen. If you're not doing anything, just go just sitting and talking with her, helping her cut onions, slice tomatoes is is a lot of help for her. And just
Mm-hmm.
imagine if you guys have kids. Most of the time, ladies take care of their kids, and the men just excuse me, the men just sit aside. I don't know. Some men just consider women like the ones who take care of the kids. No, help your woman with kids. Help your woman with house chores if you can. If you are not busy, if you are off work, help your woman. If she's cooking in the kitchen, just go help her. When you help her, it makes things go faster. So there should
Now,
be like some division
what?
of labor in a home.
All right, thank you. What I want to find out is should be doing domestic chores be included as part of the duties of a man, not like him helping. Helping
No,
sounds
like
more of an
helping,
optional thing, like,
it should be a duty.
mm-hmm.
Mm, That's a
All
conditional
right. So
word.
you think like
Yeah,
he has
it
to do
should.
it? In other words.
No, it's not a must. It's not a must that you must do it, but I just think you should help. It's not a must. Some men even do it without you asking. Like they get up, they can maybe clean the sitting room. Like is part of their duty
Mm-hmm.
cleaning the sitting room, or just arranging the stuff, or maybe getting the kids ready for school. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it should not be a must. You should just sit down and talk to each other. Be like, okay, if I'm doing this, can you help me do this one? Because don't just say every morning, get up uh, uh, and maybe make breakfast or clean the sitting room. I'm not in for that. It should rotate. If you are tired, I understand because I know men work too much, but I don't think it should
Yes.
be like a must that you must do this. But
Mm-hmm.
at least help in one way or the other that you can.
Mm-hmm. All
Hmm.
right. Okay. That is wonderful. We have Tabitha King. Hi, once more, Tabitha King. Now, what's your opinion? You're,
Sorry,
you're
I was
muted.
muted.
You're okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
sorry, I
Now,
was
what's your
muted. Yeah.
opinion? What's your opinion?
Well,
Do you think? Yeah. I'm
go ahead,
listening.
go ahead.
Oh, is it proper for a man to get involved in domestic chores as part of his duties?
Uh, in the African context, um, it has
Yes.
been there are some chores that have been categorized, some for men and some for women. Mostly the difficult tasks have been assigned to men: breaking of firewood, taking out the trash, mowing the lawn, carrying water from the well. Those kind of hard tasks have been assigned to men, and then the nurturing ones have been assigned to women, like the cooking of the food, washing of the children, dressing them, and all those kinds of stuff. That's the general take as concerns the African culture. But now we have to realize that in 2024, there's a lot of globalization that has happened, wherein cultures are mixed worldwide, and also with the coming of women emancipation, feminism, and all those things. A lot have modified our original culture, and we cannot fight it. It's here to stay. But I
Exactly.
personally think, yes, but I personally think that there is really no rules in this thing. It's an understanding issue. The couple should be able to come to an understanding, like, okay, yes, normally the woman should be cooking, but let's take, for example, she's heavily pregnant and she can't handle it. Or maybe on this particular day she was overpowered by work and maybe you do not have as much, you know or maybe at a particular instance she was incapacitated to carry out that particular duty. I think you as the man, it's normal reasoning for you to intervene in those kinds of situations to help and support the woman. But we don't also deny the fact that there's a lot of ego in our African tradition. A man
Yeah,
does not see himself. Yes, most men don't see themselves doing what women are supposed to be doing. They don't see themselves washing the child or maybe cooking the food and serving everybody, or So yeah, to me that's my original take. Yes.
All right. That is really wonderful. So if I understand your point very well, it's you're for the fact that men should do this as because simply because they love their wives, not because it's an obligation, and the woman is not a
Yeah.
slave. Okay, let's just take some
Yeah.
few comments before we jump into the details because we are going to have a very. I want us to have. I like the people we're having. I want us to have a solid conversation on this. All right. Okay,
Yeah.
Mufako Vikram says, please, when you join, kindly share the live for the year. Please kindly share when you connect. Those of you coming in, let us know what you think as well, because this is a conversation that concerns all of us, and let us know what you think. Is it proper for men to participate in domestic activities as part of their duties of a man, or do you think it's totally a taboo? Because do you think it's totally a woman thing? Let us know what you think in the comment section so we can give you a special shout out and we can actually talk about this. TB Glenn, I'm sure this guy has been traveling. I don't know where he is currently, but he should be out of somewhere traveling again. Shout out to you, TB Glenn. I'm glad to have you on board. He said, boss, yeah. Okay, we have Akum Angel. You're very much welcome, Akum Angel. I'm glad to have you. Says Jaggy time. Good evening, guys. Good evening to you too. Please, those of you coming in, let us know what you think. Now, this is Africa. Originally speaking, the African man was structured and our old cultures based on oral history, because I spoke with some people that are really, really of that age now. Based on oral history, the original African man was meant to be the head of the house. Most of the women who work the farm, the men do hunting, most of the women work the farms and did a lot of other things. Meanwhile, the men was the superior. They did childbirth and raised the children. They were focused with more domestic activities, while the man was more of the administrative parts of the house. It was actually very difficult to see a woman having a loggerhead with her man because the degree of respect and reference that was given to men back then was very high and huge, such that you might not even have the chance, like it's not even possible to actually get a woman get into a one-on-one conversation, a heated argument with her man due to the reference that was given. I wouldn't say it was bad, I wouldn't say it was good, but I would say it worked for them. Those who practice it, it worked for them. And we cannot judge because those who are practicing it, a lot of them never really complained. You see, it's like when
Maybe so.
They did. All right. We are going to come to that.
No,
It's like when you see when you see let's just say this one said better man. Hi, as a ego, I see you. It says when you see somebody like a mother in the village working her farm, you think she's suffering, but she's not actually suffering. That's her way of life. And she was brought up to work that farm. If you take her out of that Africa, out of that farm, you will spend almost the rest of your life convincing her that this is a better place because at the back of her mind, she wants to go back to do her farming. So us look at it as though it's suffering, but she looks at it as it's, and she's okay. That's her life. I will put it that way because I saw some other women that served their husbands. There were some that couldn't go to the end, they left. There were some that served their husband and as wives, and they were there till the very old age. Now, looking at some other cultures like the Muslim culture, I want to highlight here that Muslims actually stay in marriage. We have, looking at statistics, Indians are one of the people that stay the most in marriage. We have Muslims. Look, they have similar color. Now, talking to some Muslims, you will notice that they don't, for Muslim, it's categorically almost like a taboo, or if not a taboo, for a man to get into the kitchen. Literally, if a man comes back from work, you have to receive him, wash his legs, massage his legs, give him that special treatment, serve his food, and if there's water, you prepare him and put him to bed. You understand? That you
is it
give him
happening
that.
now or is it
Yes.
now or that was
No, no, no. It's
wait,
happening
doing
now,
all
TJ.
these things? Right, you
Yes,
said
Yeah,
even
she's
now
doing
it
all these things.
is. Even now
Does
it
she have?
is.
Do they
yeah.
go to? Do they work or they just stay at home? Because it's different when you have to go to work too and come back and do all those things that the lady that you're saying the lady is doing.
A majority stays at home and a few of them work as well. But they grew up with that
It
culture so
will be
that
easy
even the
for
one
you to just stay at home and do all of that.
see,
It's
even the one that
easy.
goes
You stay at home.
even the one that goes when she comes back early, she's coming back to prepare to receive her husband. Majority and
Hmm.
the families I spoke with, like it is very evident that they are living in tranquility. They are living very peacefully. Those families that practice that culture, not every Muslim family practices that culture.
Yeah.
Now, on a second thought, coming to us, I talk about the Christians and those who are neither Muslim or any of those. We have a laissez-faire kind of idea and way of doing things. Christians will argue with their husband on the Bible. No, the woman, no. It is serious argument from Bible to good English to I am a woman, I have my right to many
Good
other
English.
things. You see, it's usually a very long argument. Now, I wouldn't say it is bad or good. I would say it's working for some people, but let's follow statistics. If you go to
What
the
do you think
council
some
today,
people the argument? Oh,
I
wait,
don't
what
know
did you say?
when they are practicing it. How
Argument
what do I
are
say?
working for people. Like you come today, you're nagging, the next day you're doing the same thing, and it's working. And then the man just
You see,
stay quiet
you see, there are
and
some
allow
people
you.
that practice it. If they practice, I'm going to say waiting now. We'll say it work for them. So if you go to the
Part
Mary,
of
if you go
life.
to the councils, if you go to the councils now, you will notice that
Yeah.
most people that are demanding for divorce are usually the Christian ones and normal person. Let me not use Christian. So that people you start feeling like those who go to church are usually people that are not part of this other cultures that reference men. Now, I want to ask this question to you. Let me start with Mama Sita. Do you think it's a necessity for a man to be given that degree of respect and reference in a home? Do you think it's necessary?
It is very necessary. See, I know most men. I don't know. Like let me say, 85%. They
Mhm,
demand respect too much. So if you have to, just imagine if you're respecting your man like that, he will
mhm,
be like he will do stuff like freely for you out of his free will. Like if he comes, just as she said, if you're tired and you be like, "Hey, babe, I'm tired," he will just help you
mhm,
if you respect him the way you were talking. Yeah, because you having an argument back to back with your husband,
mhm.
we women, we too get up. We can talk from now till tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know argument like that. You stay things you were not supposed to say. And even if you
Yeah.
apologize later, the things still stick into the man's head. Eh?
Yeah.
Hmm. So it's
Mm-hmm.
hard for that thing to disappear, and then that man will not see you the same. If you just respect him, it'd be like, ah, babe, let's not argue now. Because I know sometimes men initiate the argument,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
just calm the man down. You guys should
Mm-hmm.
settle it amicably without arguing. Because if you start argument, as I tell you, you go talk to me, don't begin for talk and because I don't do it before. So yeah,
Thank you for being
like
sincere.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you do things because you want to hurt him. You want to see him in pain, even though it's not true. At the end of the day, you see that you are destroying your own family with your mouth. Because if you come
Mm-hmm.
back to tell him, oh, what I said was not true, I was just trying to hurt you, you know, he'll still believe you. It would take a long time for that trust because trust like that, once it's broken, it's hard to build it back. So the respect, as I know for most men, is very important. Respect your man. If you can if you are that lady that will like come back from work and then still wait for your man to come cook for your man. Yeah, you have to cook for your man. Come back, cook for your man, wait for him
Mm-hmm.
to come, take his handbag, bring water, get the stuff ready for him to take his shower, cook his food, making sure don't relax. Then by the time he's feeling to relax, you guys and talk and eating, then you guys can sit down and chat. You see that the life will be more easier for the both of you at home. So one thing I've
Mm-hmm.
learned is to like respect your man, even if he says something that you didn't like. Don't don't start nagging. Just calm down. Say, ah, husband, I don't like the way we talk for me like that. So if you heard me small, that kind of thing. Just try to solve things without arguing. Because we man, woman, we can nag. I can nagging. It's part of it's in our dictionary. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
All
respect your
right.
man. If
Okay.
I can say. Mm-hmm.
Okay. TK. What time working? What do you think? Are you of the same opinion, or what do you think about men having that reference? We are coming to somewhere. I have the next question that we are going to discuss on. But first, what do you think?
Yeah.
Should men be referenced? Do you think you, as a man, should be referenced that much in your relationship or your marriage in your home?
Well, I always tell ladies that men don't want respect; they need respect. It's a need. It's not a want. Men function by respect. If you can't respect a man, don't marry him. Don't be with him. It's torture. If you know you don't respect a man, just leave him like that. Just leave him and go. Because that's their only love. That's their biggest love language. That respect. It's true that I don't deny the fact that some men are not really respectable. I mean, like. They have their ways that are bizarre, but at the same time, it's the manner of approach of the woman that says everything. I always say that the woman is the temperature in the house. She can decide whether it's boiling water or it is cold water in the fridge.
They
So,
will still be hot and cold if you want.
Mhm.
voila. so,
All
so
right.
it's very important for you. Yes, it's very important for women to understand that men run by respect. Sometimes a man may do something that you don't like, but the manner in which you approach the situation will determine whether it will degenerate or it's going to just die down.
Right.
The Bible says, I know some people here are not Christian, but I don't reference the Bible. The Bible says that a wise woman builds her home, but a foolish one destroys it. It's a wisdom of
Mm-hmm.
the woman is a wisdom of the woman that keeps the house intact. So
Right.
if you are a woman, be wise and keep your house intact. Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you both for that one. Now let's take some comments because I've seen something in one of these comments that it's in line with one of the things I want to talk about. Big shout out to everybody coming in. TB Glenn, Isaiah Igor. Oh, Isaiah Igor, Aristide, glad to have you, bro. And we have Sorel, Weekend Sorel, glad to have you. And hey, Mom Melinda, I see you. Let me take the comments one by one. Okay. Now we have taken this jaggy time. We have okay. Isaiah Ego says, better man, hello, Isaiah Ego Aristide. I'm sure we'll be having, I love the people we're having today. Hi, good evening, Sorel. Good evening. Hi, Mommy Linda. Good evening, Mommy Linda. Oh, we have Elizabeth Lema. We have diaspora people here. You're very much welcome, Eli. Said, this is for Aboki Muslim man. That is for Aboki Muslim and currently Muslims pamper their wives until yes. Now the truth is okay. I'll come back to this. Muslim pamper their wives. You look at the way the wives reference them. They deserve pampering. Now let's continue. This one says greeting beautiful people. Oh, Sakaboli Banana Boy, you're welcome. Is a comedian. Now okay. Ate says, I think there is a confusion between the rights and duties of women. That is where there is a problem. I think you will clarify us on this, please. Those of you watching, those of you coming in, if you have an opinion, you feel like you have something to chip in, you want to be live on this podcast, just request and we are going to add you backstage so you can tell us what you think as well. We have Akum Angel says, personally, I don't like a man in the kitchen or doing chores. Reason being that I can't stand it. If I talk into my dad, if I walk into my dad doing chores, but being okay, I can't stand if I walk into my dad doing chores. Okay, it says, but being a baby girl too, I like little effort from a man, like breakfast in bed, just to showcase love. Not because it's a responsibility, but because he should be considerate, especially if I'm pregnant or sick. Yeah, I think that sounds right. It falls in line with what Mama Sita and Tiki said for men to for them to be treated specially. Now we have, please, a hand of applause for Mama Sita. Done. All right, we have Zakaboli say it depends. No, me I can pound fufu and she make the soup. How you check them? All right, that's great
That's
for you. So
correct one.
now let's look at something critically critical. If you look keenly, most of the men, it is widely said that men like respect. Men like respect. The African
Mhm.
ability, the African man. I want us to do a contrast between two men. We have the African man on one side. Some of the characteristics of the African man are known to us. You see, this romantic and romantic came more with Western civilization. Romance existed, but not to the extent to which it is practiced today, or to the extent to which it is emphasized today. You
Today's
see,
space.
our yes, our fathers had a way they were playing their romance. It was not this loud, yes, but they had the way they would hide and see their baby Sherry Coco and play their love and just do country style piam, and that's how some of us came into the world. Now they had their own different love languages. You see, they had their different love languages, and it worked for them because me, I don't believe somebody can impose on another person how to live their life, but I'm always of the opinion that what works for you, do it. Now,
Yeah.
this whole thing of man being romantic, getting into the kitchen. To be very frank, most people who were in the old days, I'm talking about those 80s, 70s, 60s, 80s, 70s, and early 90s, sometimes in some homes there, most of them hardly saw their fathers entering the kitchen or
So
washing the chores. I'm
my
going to
father
tell a story.
never.
You see, I mean, even one time, by coincidence, even one time, there was a lady I used to know. You see, this lady had serious problems with her husband. Now, a friend of mine visited me. A friend of mine was very close to them, and he told me that this lady messed up. That if you stay beside her and her husband, you will not like to get married. That you will hate marriage. You see, that a man will wash napkin of the child. It is romantic and loving when a man does it, but when it becomes an obligation, I don't know if
No.
some men can really handle that. I need some men to come and tell us. The man used to wash it like an obligation, and he did a lot of things like an obligation. Now let's look at the
Only for
contrast
some
of this.
people.
Yes, if you look at the contrast of this, which man is worth adopting? Is it the African man or the westernized man? Because today we see our brothers are already part of the Western thing. I mean, the ones that are overseas and some that are here that are adopting it. From the whole process of asking, of wanting to make a woman your wife, you go down on your knees and propose. Where did that originate from? Have we ever bothered to ask where that originated from? Oh, we are so excited in
Yeah.
the process. It is good ambience, but where did it originate from? I watched a video of Pet Odochi. He was saying like, how do you need that in front of a human being? That is, you're submitting to the woman, you're giving your authority. That is one point of view. Now, some other people like the Muslims, it is in some Muslim communities, it's a taboo to kneel in front of a human being. Now we are very comfortable with that. That is one thing, and we call it romantic. The next part is the man having almost equal rights with the woman. Do we think there should be an equality between a man and a woman as per Western culture? Let me put it that way. Or do we think a man should be above the woman in a home as per a lot of our African belief systems? Mama Sita, what do you think? We'll get your opinion and get to Tawi Fokin. Please, those of you joining, feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. Let's know what you think so we can learn from what you say and we can equally read out your comments. Those of you who want to join and participate, you could indicate we are going to add you backstage so you come and tell us what you think as well. Mama Sita, over to you. What do you think?
Why you want put you why you want be at the level of your husband or even above your husband? How? It's see, if you want to be like that, don't get married. And for those
Mm-hmm.
people who implement stuff for like who pressurize their husband to do stuff, let him do it out of his will.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know how people do thing again. The
Mm-hmm.
woman should, the woman see just as the Bible said, submit to your husband and everything will work out well for you. Because if you want to be the boss, there cannot be two bosses in the same house
Mm-hmm.
because it won't play out well. There will always bound to be argument. If you want to be a boss and he a boss,
Mm-hmm.
you want to do like some people want to like share stuff equally. Like if I'm paying rent 500, you give 250, I give 250. If I'm doing this, you doing this. It should never happen like that. So the man should always be the head of the house, and you, the woman, below the man, and the kids below you. That's how it should be like. It should be like, let me say a ladder, you climbing. As the man is up, the woman is there, the kids are down. Because if you start doing that, I don't think that's marriage. It's like a
Okay.
committee of the meeting that you guys are having.
I like the way you put it in the
I'm
meeting.
really contributing.
Okay, TK,
I'm really
what do you think? What do you think?
I mean,
Should
Mama.
women have equal rights and position as men
No.
Mm-mm.
in their homes?
No,
All right, it's a no
no,
no. Now,
no.
Mama
I'm
Sita
categorical.
mentioned something. Mhm. All right, yeah, finish.
No, no, go ahead. You were saying
Okay,
something.
it's a category no. Mama Sita mentioned something like I hear something like split activities and stuff. There is one argument I had with a friend of mine. It's a lady,
Mhm.
and she was
Okay.
like, I couldn't participate in the finance of the home and still do the chores myself because you are a man. If I am participating in some financing in the house, we must split the things. I'm not there for that slavery. Now, Chike, what do you think? If a woman is participating in some finance engagement, maybe rent, maybe feeding, and many other finances to run a home, do you think it adds up to her as a woman and makes her almost equal when it comes to decision making? And do you think it should make the man this one school of thought, and I want us to use it as a case study to handle this particular school of thought with what we equally think? Do you think it's proper, or do you think despite the fact that she's paying and adding up to that, she should still maintain her position as a woman and handle the chores like the
You
African
can why
system
would
will
you
say?
pay more than the man? If the man, you're just helping. You don't. If you're working, it's just but it's fine that you can use your own money to buy food stuff in the house. Okay, the man can pay the rent because the
Mm-hmm.
rent is not bonbon to pay. You have to pay every month, especially us over here. You don't
Yeah.
even at least for pay you can do 2 3 months without paying. Yes, every month you must pay, and there are so many things that you have to pay by the end of the month. So if he's
Mm-hmm.
doing all of that, it's just you have as a woman use your own money buy chop more cook for house eat.
Mm-hmm.
then life goes on. It's not like
Okay.
because I'm paying this, I have to be equal with you. No,
Eh,
you are an
I want
office
to.
woman now.
Yeah,
That
TK.
kind of lady, that first of all talk like that, she has a very wrong conception about marriage. Marriage is not
Mm-hmm.
competition; it's partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Partnership. It means the two of you. When you book stand in front of the man, they say bien commun ou bien séparé. You open your mouth and say bien commun. It means that if their
Mm-hmm.
man is earning 100,000 and you're earning 500,000, the two of you have 600,000 to manage. That's what it means. Go and read the law. So she already has a
Yeah.
she go and read the law. She already has a wrong foundation of marriage. It's partnership. The two of you combine to
Mm-hmm.
make one. I don't
Yeah.
refuse that there are some men that are abusive. I don't
Yes.
refuse.
Yeah.
Some men are really abusive. They will come and then they will then be using that woman's money and they will drain her, make her destitute. I have not refused. But the standard is
Mm-hmm.
that it is a partnership. Now, secondly, it's supposed to be an agreement on how both of you are going to run the home. People are supposed to
Mm-hmm.
sit down and say, okay, there's a family account where we deal with the issues of the family. There is
Mm-hmm.
a separate account for each person where they can buy their things, do their small things that make them happy, and all of that. And then maybe there's an account for investments where they put money to
Yeah.
invest. All of you are supposed to sit and agree on that. That lady seems to be problematic because she seems not to be the kind of person that can sit and reason with her husband. Also,
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference between equality and equity. Equality means that
Mm-hmm.
all of us are on the same plane. It means if
Yes.
I tell you say me broke firewood, you go broke up. If I tell you say me you go carry water away, you go carry up. If I tell you say me you
Mm-hmm.
go carry trash, throw the trash, that's equality. That's what I mean. When I would
50-50.
say equity, 50, when they say equity, it means balance. It means that we need to look for a way that nothing weighs on one side of the other
More on the
person.
other side.
Yes, yes, not his way on the other person. So we create a balance that okay, both of us can be able to carry the weight of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to talk about. Look well, God created man first. You the hire abroad, their small brother say, I be a big sister. You get what respect me. Then man came first, woman. You the one talk the waiting. They already have seniority. Please accept it. Please just accept it. Secondly, secondly,
Yeah.
the first idea God had for a woman was the man. The woman was first created for the man. Read your Bible well. The first idea God had when he was creating woman, it was for the man. The purpose of the woman is
Yes.
first the man before any other thing. This does not mean that the man will go and sit on the woman's head, treat her like a second-class citizen, maltreat her. That's not what I am saying. I'm
No.
just saying
Mm-hmm.
that the God brought the woman because the man had a handicap and she was coming to fill that handicap. And God
Mm-hmm.
also gave her the authority on the earth to do all those things. Without foundational understanding, it makes you realize that the woman has a natural influence on the man. Why don't you use that natural influence to your advantage? Between head and neck, now get more power. Now neck get more power. But when I the
Power.
one leave neck line for head, that's foolishness to me. Because if I'm the neck, I'll prepare to be the neck that I'm controlling how the head is shaking. That you
Right.
leave that neck and climb on the head. So why
Mm-hmm.
do women not instead use their influence properly on the man to get what is required? So to me, what I'm saying at the end of the day is that give everybody's place, even if you're smarter than the man now. Put the man for front. Then now for night that you come for back, you tell say, "Bo, that will be doing and so nonsense. So come, let me show you how to do this thing." But the man should stand in front because the moment you stand in front, this is what will happen. People will first of all not respect your husband, and it is a
No.
very dangerous thing for people not to respect your
Even your
husband.
kids.
Yeah, even your
Mm-hmm.
kids. It's a very dangerous thing because you don't have cover. When real problem will start, you know go fit handle them. When they'll tell you, say, okay, think decisions for the whole family, you'll be miserable. So why don't you leave the
Mm-hmm.
man in front there and then you sit behind and be enjoying the benefits? So to
Mm-hmm.
me, that's my standpoint.
All right, that's really wonderful. I think before we proceed, we will take some comments so that we don't go too far and the comments start
Yeah.
coming behind again. Now let's take this one from Ayon Lin. Mommy Linda, always glad to read your comments and get from you. Says, I grew up with my grandmother, and she did teach all of us how to do chores. So I find nothing strange in a man, if
Help.
in a man helping out. All right, that is one point. So her grandmother taught all of them. I'm sure she's talking about both the male and female. So all of them did chores. Yeah. Growing up, I used to cook in our house. We have just boys. I'm the last. I used to cook. So that's
Yeah,
just to add
everybody.
up. Yeah, you see, it says, nah, the napkins wash is exaggeration. No, that one to me is a charm. Yeah. Now, looking at this comment, you will notice that some people are like, yeah, you can assist, but a lot of men have limitations. They have exceptions to what they like. They have
They
exceptions to
can
what they
do.
can take. Yes, let's go progressively. This one is coming from TB Glenn. It says one of the things that keeps the family in peace and harmony is when the woman knows her place, no matter who she is, knows his place, no matter who he is. The man always heads the family. It's a divine instruction. So women should be strong, but make sure the man has the kingly place in the home. This is one powerful, sweet one. You know, one of these things is when we're talking about stuff like this, it is just obvious that a man is supposed to be the head. But when it comes to practicals, you will hear like it's always almost impossible because we have this westernized culture and the way it has played with our own culture, with ourselves. There's a way in which they will preach equality to you that it sinks into your head and you begin to practice it without knowing. All of a sudden, when the man wants to say something, you want to say the opposite. I said a story one time here of a lady, a friend of mine. He has his wife. They call her opposition party.
Ah.
You see, we'll go, we'll go
The
there. The wife was like,
SDM.
okay,
If they call you opposition party, mean you're honest. You have done way too much.
no, I've seen ladies too are like that. Like you can never have a friendly conversation with them. Like there is no conversation you will have. It is
Yeah, yeah.
opposition all around. Like you must resort to an argument. Now this lady was like, you're around, come, I cook something. I said, okay, well, I come. The guy was like, go, chop, go. As when the lady was preparing to come back, the guy be like, hey, boy, we make an advantage before opposition party come. I said, opposition party, say, you
SDM.
see. So, so that's to the extent to which some people regard their wives. So
No, right?
I don't want to just be on women like that. You see, I want us to balance up the thing. Now let's take more comments. This one says there is a difference between having the same right and duties, but before God, we are equal. But in the plan of marriage, the man is the head and has the final say. This is one very deep one too. Okay, let's continue. This one says, no equality for me. I don't want to pay any damn bills. Thank you. She has raised one very simple topic.
I can get sense.
A dime
She
in
sharp, she
marriage.
sharp, she
I
sharp,
want
I
to
guess
get
she sharp.
you know what thing talking
it says, I can support my man in all projects. So I mean all, but trying to split, no. I
You
am
not
a small
sleeping
head,
on
but
you.
my man is king. Now, in all of these women that are always making mouth and arguing, you will notice that a lot of these women, they want to be equal. See, being equal does not mean you come and tell a man that we are equal. Is you opposing him? Is you not referencing him enough? You not respecting him? You disregarding what he has to say? You not listening to him? That's part of that's an equality spirit that you do, that is in you, that
That's
manifests in
true.
that
People
manner.
really practice it without knowing.
Yes, a lot of people who do this thing, they do it unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you see most women that practice equality, when it comes to paying the bills, the woman wants to be equal with the man in everything. But when it comes to
Yes.
paying,
I
the
know
man
this.
should be the
Yes.
man.
Yes.
That's where
Equal
I
rights, but
see.
not equal responsibilities. Equal rights, but
Thank
not
you.
equal effort. I know I hear that thing. I know I hear them.
Yes. So
I
I
know this
enjoy
for you.
women. Yes, I enjoy women that claim to be able women, and are also willing to pay the bills. You understand? That's the point. The point is where you cannot be equal to a man and not equal when it comes to finance. You get. Let's take this other comment. This one says, well, to me, I don't see anything wrong for a man helping his wife, but it's not a right. It's all about agreement and understanding. I
You
think
understand
all of our audience understood this. We have Jemima Mesode. Welcome, Jemima. I'm glad to have you. Please, all of you watching, kindly do us this wonderful favor by sharing the podcast so we have more people coming in and let us know what you think, because we are not talking on only one question. We are asking series of questions that are in line with what we are saying. Now,
Mhm.
looking at all of our comments that have been mentioned here, we understand that it is okay because definitely based on human feeling, you got married to somebody out of love, and when you're in love with the person is doing something stressful. For instance, I will not sit and see my mom trying to break to split wood and I sit at the grace. I will take the axe and do it. Why? Because I love my mom and because I respect her. I will not sit and see my sister struggle with a big bag of cocoyam and sit. No, I am a man and I have the physical strength to do that, and I will take it and do that. That is based on a masculine emotional part of it, like the masculine sentiment. Like because of the love, you can participate. But I think it becomes problematic when it becomes like an obligation, like you must cook. I'm no, I'm cooking for 7 days. I'm cooking for 4 days. You cook for 3 days. All of us are working in this house. Don't come and tell me nothing. I
I
think this
think some
this should
people
be common
practice it.
with West with women abroad. I think Mama Sita, you can
Yes.
clarify. Oh,
So
that's
people
very common with women abroad. Now,
are,
I want us to do something. This is the African man versus the westernized man. One of the things which we are not talking about, these people came, they gave us a Jesus that resembles them, because I don't know if the Jesus is actually a black man or that thing that they used to show us. We are still to
Jesus, a
confirm that
black man, left that thing. Now
through
black
our
man.
research.
You
because
see
if you
those
black,
proofs in Russia, is a black man.
they face Satan as black. What
A
am I
black
going to
man.
do with
He
it?
black like give my face when I see am.
They
So now
don't
so
do
Jesus be
it. They
black.
don't see what do it. Like they just implement stuff and we just follow. We just say yes. It's like we to them
Yeah,
is like always
yeah,
like this. There's no
yeah.
no. Mm-mm. Una really worship this. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So you see, they gave us this Jesus that looks like them, and it made the white race look superior. You see, sometimes when you are doing some things like businesses, to do a business in a place like Africa, you say these are whites coming, and no matter how we do it, subconsciously,
Yes,
it's already
subconsciously.
validated as they see a white person involved. It is
It's just like
automatic
even a
validation.
poor white money. It's crazy.
I mean, last Coco white man will get money pass it, as they just see white man appear, so boom, validate.
Ah,
And that is
now blow be that.
that is what, yes, that is what this thing has done to us. They have made the white race to look superior and the black race looks inferior, and it is affecting even the people till date. That is why whatever most white people say, we seem to adopt it easily as a culture without going into proper investigation or questioning it
Yeah,
properly.
yeah, yeah.
Let's look at the concept of feminism. Feminism is a good thing. It was a concept that was brought up for women to get into governance. But let's look at what it has done to today's society. We have increasing rates of divorces. We have increasing rates of violence between men and women, and we have splitted the society into a man camp and a woman camp. And now we have the rainbow people. I don't know. I don't know how to call them.
Yeah, don't call
The
and we
woman.
understand the rainbow. Yes, we
Yes, I
know
don't.
that.
We understand. No,
Yes.
I don't even want to hear
Yeah,
that name. Sir. Continue.
Now, feminism will make a woman strong, will bring her to a state where she's mentally capable and independent.
we make her
And when
single
you're
too.
mentally capable and independent, mentally you become a man. When you're transformed into a man mentally, transforming you physically into a man is not a problem. And all of a sudden, you might not need a man, you might be needing a wife. Rainbow comes in. Now, the next part of the things which we need to look at, I want us to really have a sweet discussion on this. We're talking about the African man versus the westernized man. Now, let's talk about polygamy. Polygamy was a practice that was I wouldn't say it was not birthed in Africa. There are polygamous people abroad. Yeah.
One place.
Polygamy was a system. Oh, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes, we
say
can hear you.
yeah.
All
So
right.
Mama Sita was asking where
Polygamy
out of Africa people
was a
practice
system.
polygamy.
Yes. Polygamy was a system. I think we'll get some comments too. But that was a system that was practiced, I think, the most in Africa.
In Africa.
Most of us, if
Yeah.
you look at our fathers, grandfathers, great grandfathers, there is no way you will go to great grandfathers without seeing at least two, three, four women there because they were
Yeah.
practiced in that way. It was a mode of marriage for them. Now, whites came with our beautiful, I'm a Christian. They came with a beautiful gospel that we all celebrate today and told us polygamy is not good and monogamy is good. Mm? Now, let's look at it this way from two different schools of thought. Talking to a polygamous man, we came to understand that their approach to getting married to many women was because the female gender would only do better when she notices that she has a competitor. The female gender, this is what the one part told me. He said, today he's with his wife A, he makes 2 days with her. After 2 days is with wife B, after 2 days with wife C. When wife A has the time to be with her husband, she gives him her best. When wife B has the time to be with her husband, she gives him her best. When wife C has the time for her husband, he gives her best. When wife it is time for wife B and she wants to do anyhow, he will just jump and go to the next one. And
Sure.
it makes it such a way that
That's why I don't
that's
like
that's
it.
that, that was their point of view. I'm just saying a school of thought. You see,
Yeah.
I'm saying their what I was told. You see, that's why he explained. So he had the best of all of them, and they lived well. He told me that you these children nowadays, we just look at you and laugh. You claim, do you think you can be with one woman for the rest of your life? When the woman knows that she has no rival, she feels like she is superior. She feels like she owns you, and she feels like you have no other option. And whatever she gives, you can take. One, because woman they change. That was his help. Is what woman they change for no reason. Whether you like it or not, they will start changing to do anyhow. Now, on the contrary, I met another pa. He used to be a landlord to a friend of mine. So this man grew up with his wife, and he should be in his 70s. Yes, he should be in his 70s. If you go around them, the neighborhood knows them. He cannot see well, he cannot walk well. The wife is always walking with him in the with the hand like that. They'll go and they'll go and sit. They are always together. And he said he was happy that his wife, he called his wife that this girl. I mean, that's a mommy of about a mommy of about in her 70s too, I think, or late 60s.
That's
It's
true,
like
love.
this girl. He said, "This girl does not stress me. This girl is with me." This girl. Now, let's look at the impact of the westernized culture on us. Do we think the increasing rate of demand of divorce and the difficulty we are facing in cohabitation between men and women is as a result? Could it be that the fact that monogamy is what is preached could be the cause? Do you think this man that was talking for polygamy is correct, or do you think it is because of the accumulated bad habits? Because us the Africans, we are caught up with two cultures. We have our African culture that we get from birth, oral history, growing up in our villages, our juju dances, our fathers, how they lived, the meetings, the dialects, and all of those cultural affinities. That's one part. Now, coming to school, we had to migrate, come to other towns, come and sit in universities, learn foreign language, and do all of those things, learn how to live. Some of us even had to travel abroad. Now, what do you think is the role of this westernized culture to cohabitation, taking polygamy into consideration and taking the Western civilization into consideration? Mama
Well, I
Sita
think
or
I
Tabi?
think that okay. Let Mama Sita go on first, please.
See, the our culture, my African culture. No, back then, polygamy was nothing because those women respected themselves and they know,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they get married to this, they know their co-wife, they'll still have, they'll go to the farm, come back, sit in the kitchen. They had nothing to do. They had like no cell phone to call this person, text this person. It was just them. So they were happy and all of that. Then your people
Mm-hmm.
came, the other color came and preached against
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they were preaching against it, they introduced so many other stuff that
Mm-hmm.
made it worse. Even now, to get married to more than two wives is not easy. To stay with them because there's too much competition. Even back in Africa, I'm talking in Africa, there's too much competition only among the wives. Because
Yeah.
there was one girl who who was seeking advice because she got married to her husband. She didn't know. Muslim, you expect to another the second wife or third one at any time. So, but she discussed the stuff with the husband and be like, okay, it's just me and you. We're all going to do um monogamy. So
Mm-hmm.
after 2 years, we gotta go find another wife, bring them. Know that these
Mm-hmm.
no most of them don't when they don't even work like that. They don't. I don't think they even work. They stay at home. So this first wife now, she was a stay at home woman. So she when they brought the second wife, so she was like her as the first wife. The man spent only 3 days with her, then 4 days with the other wife. Oh, she didn't mind. So she
Mm-hmm.
took it upon herself to learn her trade. She started making money. The second wife, do nothing. The only she doesn't rely on the husband. So now when they want to buy something, the other one will go buy more than he will buy like good stuff for herself. The problem start for house. Why
Mm-hmm.
competition? It's like the man. Anytime the girl buys because she's working and she's doing her online stuff, selling stuff online and making money, she buy stuff for herself. The other one will pressurize the husband to buy for her. There's still money for her to buy. So there's too much like competition among the wives now. So I don't.
The
The white man
shortcomings
does.
are
Yeah, it's too much. And sometimes you have high blood because of this. And now the Western people, me now, and even you, the Western person, there's no money. There's no You got married. You signed monogamy. Wait, which one? Wait,
mm-hmm.
monogamy is one wife. Yeah, the polygamy is many. But you now here, you married to one wife, but you have other wives too outside. So it's like it's the same. It's like
Yeah.
it's like you are still dealing with other people. Your husband, because I don't know, man picking there. So let me not say all. Yeah, it's like you are still
I
dealing
I
this
I
this
have, yeah.
this
Finish.
civilization. I can't lie. This civilization has spoiled so many things. At the same time,
Thank you.
it has fixed it, but it's like the bad is way more than the good.
Yes.
Because there's
Yeah.
this the last part of our conversation we're going to have. Now let's finish with this one. We're going progressively. I want us to look at
Yes.
civilization and its impact on our culture, but we will talk about that. I mean, in a few minutes or hours to come. You see, but I made mention of something like because some people we are deceiving ourselves that we are practicing monogamy, and we are
Yes.
you see people with the same bureau outside
Yeah,
now
playing ball
because
outside.
sometimes me yes the difference with the way I speak is I if I know what I'm saying, it's very difficult for you to tell me to sit quiet or to convince me not to say it because I know a lot of people, and I've said severally on the live here, like, who do you know? Do you know one faithful man that has been married for the past 10 years that has been faithful? So those are some of the things which we have to do. Because if you look at our mothers knew that Wapa they been Aquara. They knew
No, not
and
back
they
then. I don't think
accepted
it
the
was like
reality.
that. See,
The,
I miss
the,
the days
the,
that see, these phones make it so easy for you to connect with different men and women at different points. Back then, that letter,
Mhm.
before you write letter, me go reach another person, maybe they will not even catch him. Me, I miss the day when
Mm-hmm.
you want chat me, you go write me a letter, send them me the kind me the like it pass from hand to hand. Me can be tell me
Yes.
and most but sometimes people what carry shoes like how many people they don't read them. So it was hard for like for people to really cheat like the way they're
Mm-hmm.
doing right now.
They wish to just go and take the women at once and bring her.
No, that's what I'm
Eh?
saying. Like,
See,
that's what they'll be
the
like.
issue is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Take
Mama
it.
Sita, go ahead. I'll come
Yeah,
in.
that's what I'm
Mama
saying.
Sita should go ahead. I'll come in.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Back then with no let me just say with no civilization when they were just there, you marrying to this
Mm-hmm.
other woman and then you know that yeah this they work together perfectly. Even though not everybody wanted the polygamy thing, no, because I can take example to
Yeah.
my father run out all he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
disappeared for years because he didn't want that. So and
Yeah.
then some were coming and it works perfectly because they were like, you get your kitchen, I get my kitchen. When time reach, you can come to my kitchen and you should come and sit in my kitchen and we discuss.
Mm-hmm.
But here, civilization, I beg, go ahead, the next person. I can't say it again.
Yeah. Take it. Why don't you say something?
Well, yeah, Mama Sita, thank you. That was a very good intervention. I want to first of all say that polygamy is not cheap. If you are broke, don't get two wives.
Yeah.
It's not
So,
cheap. It's not cheap. I don't see. I'm someone that does not criticize any practice that people do. I'm just asking: is it
Yeah.
working? Is it working? There are things that are doing
Yeah.
that the work. So because there are people
Mm-hmm.
that go, they will say, okay, men are polygamous in nature. We cannot stay without one wife. But you go play ball outside where you don't get money for feed your family. Mama, you're fooling yourself.
yeah, and you spend more outside than you spend at home. Eh? Those girls will stop to
Exactly.
dry.
Exactly. That
Mm-hmm.
is my point. Now, the thing too is that polygamy is failing in our modern times because first, we have come to the information age. All man feel know all thing now. Small, the age
Everything.
way small picking for 5 years, it tell you the shock. Everybody
Yes.
can know everything.
Yeah.
So people now
Yeah.
have more analytical minds. People can now question things unlike before. They'll just go and pick one 20-year-old or even 20, 50-year-old can come and give you that from today she's their wife. She'll just accept and enter your house.
Yes.
Try it today. One night will pass your
And
teeth.
it's
So,
difficult.
yes, things have evolved. There's now an information age that everybody's aware. So that culture that people are now questioning that culture, whether it's really something that we should be practicing. Second thing now
Yeah.
is that economic crisis, the economies are collapsing every day. So now to maintain polygamy is a lot of work. And then the wives too in trying to survive, they can no more really cohabit because all man the one drag blanket for your own side. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I'm trying to say in all of this is that that same white man that we are claiming that he came and said that we should stop polygamy is also trying to come and bring homosexuality into the whole matter. So it's not really a white
Thank
man
you.
issue. It's about what you accept. Yes. Yes. So it's about what you accept, and your knowledge of what is good and what is bad, and knowing what works for you and what does not work for you. To me, because that one same white
Mm-hmm.
man when I say can spoil polygamy, so he can tongue and say, okay, me man marry man and me woman marry woman. That's something I don't even want to hear. When any person comes around me, I tell him clear that I'm a homophobe. If you know you cannot, just go you.
Only marriage. You can
Now,
even change. If you change, you as a man, if you change, be woman. So like introducing crazy
yes,
stuff.
Now,
yes. You see,
all
so
right, all
so
right.
now let me just finish one last thing.
Yeah, finish,
Now,
finish, finish.
what I used to hear from my late grandmother was that the reason why men used to marry many women was to have many children to take care of the
Mm-hmm.
farms, to take care of
Oh,
the estates and all those things. That was the main reason why men were having many wives. But now,
Mm-hmm.
let's look at the evolution of life. It's no more a farm issue.
nope.
It's now a work, like corporate work issue, and we don't need many children for that. Matter of fact, when man don't get
Yeah.
three picking and now so he already tire, he need to see
Nope.
check for
Yeah.
continue because he cannot, cannot
The
carry
beginning
the
You
weight
is
of,
cannot
it.
even take care of them.
he cannot take care of them. So we cannot be taking what worked in the past to work now. That
Mm-mm.
is why polygamy is not really a thing. Most people prefer to have monogamy. Even though they want to kick the ball outside, but every human being have their bad habit. So to
Yeah.
me, is yes, the white culture has influenced, but the white also brought you knowledge. The white also brought you intelligence and
Yeah. We
analytical
cannot deny
skills.
that.
Yes.
Why can you not then
Mhm.
use now that knowledge and that analytical skills to get what is best for you? That's my question.
That's a question.
Mhm. Yeah. Now that is superb. That is superb, TK. Let's take some comments and then I'll throw some more light on some things like what we have discussed. We have a thanks in this says to me, my love language is assistance. So future hobby, if you are here and you don't assist, future hobby when I come, this is one single potential future wife telling you her love
I
language.
go I
If
go
you are here
forward
and
this
you don't
account to some
assist,
singles when they don't deny for
and you
marriage.
are definitely not eligible. Assistance, are you, okay, assistant in quote because it's not obliged. You can decide not to. Thank you. Now, she was talking about a man assisting women. Now, let's continue. A young lady says, feminism is a defense. It's a defense response to trauma.
Or
We will come to
no.
talk about this now. Let me just read some comments and then we'll throw light on some of these key comments. Let's take the next one. She says, a polygamy was meant for the workforce and not really having different sexual partners. Hey, in those days, because but today you work in an office, no farmland, you want to have many wives. I think TK just said something similar and she's saying something, and I'm sure this is boiling down to her targeting the egocentric nature of some men who just feel like they can do anyhow. Let's continue. This one says, let me say something. Oh, this is Igor. I say Igor Aristide. He says, let me say something. Polygamy started failing because they started being a lack of respect among women. Listen, listen before when you see polygamous. Okay, listen before when you see polygamous home. The second wife will be respectful and submissive. The first wife as okay submissive to the first wife as she is considered the mother of the compound. Yes, I know a family of three women and they respect the first woman. All the two other women respect the first. Now it says, also with the Western civilization, women equal to each other, fighting for property. Also, aside from Western civilization, I mean there is greed. Now, this he has talked, he has mentioned about four very significant heavy points. Let's continue with this other comment. All right, this one says, before polygamy. Oh, I don't know if we can see the comment, all of us. Let me put the comment to show the network here. So, can you people hear me? All right, the comment is here. It says, before polygamy, before polygamy was an increase in work for or quest to have particular sex, male, female, or to have a particular sex. I think talking about having a child. If this one could not give a male child, you could have more women, so you have the possibility of having that child. He
Mhm.
says, he says, or to have respect among peers like it was a prestigious thing. Okay, for men that want to show their power. I mean, even today, I know of a guy we used to do business with. A guy, I will not mention his tribe. We used to do business together. I almost mentioned his tribe now. It says, when we do a business and the guy does in TV installation, when we take a deal and he hits some reasonable amount of money, he will just go and marry a new wife. That this guy has 13 wives
Is that guy
and he's not
normal?
even up. He should be around in his
I
50s like
said, let
that.
me unmute
He
this
has
thing and say,
13.
what?
Yes,
I
I
also
know
just
him. He's my
that.
friend.
What are you doing with
You
13
the woman
wives?
wey dey accept for
13.
marriage. Na say you don see man pikin dem
And
for dis life for
Huh?
marriage am.
yes, the way he gets married to you is he'll just take you and pump one child, one belly one time. Well, he just
Okay,
put
it's
you in
just
the
like baby
outside.
mama. It's not like really. They're not like official marriage certificate kind of thing, right? Or what? Network not messed up. E. No,
Eh,
because I
that, that was
cannot accept. I swear, I
that
cannot
was
accept
surely
you.
Those ladies are actually concubines. I doubt if they are officially
They are
married.
things like official. They have official marriage certificate or so. I don't think so. Because why would you be
Yeah.
thinking to go be like the fit 6, 7 wives to someone? Like don't man begin they don't finish.
I hear you say, pass me.
To have to be a baby mama to that kind of person. How will he even take care of the kids if you have 13? Let me just see concubines. What about the kids now? Okay, now okay, he
Yeah,
said you that he'll just when he sees you, he'll just pump you with the like he'll just make you pregnant. So meaning all those 13 women have 13, they have kids.
at least two.
So how will he even take care of? Is it that he's super rich or what? How will he take care of you and your kids?
Mongo fire. He's Mongo fire now. He will take care of all of them.
No, it's just I don't blind. Like I'm like I was ignorant about it. I didn't know he has other wives. Because me with my right senses, how am I going to fall for that kind of pit?
I
Because there's
think I
always
think
bound to be argument in the house, fight in the house. Because this person want to take money for buy your own picky thing. This person want to take money for buy chop. Like, I mean, I remember seeing
you have a certain level of maturity, but there are some ladies that don't have that kind of maturity that you have, and also some of them are they are gullible, they are easily fooled. So the guy will come, turn their head with small money. Before one shine, you don't carry belly, then you say, I not abandon papa for my picking them, or that kind of thing. So
you know,
yeah.
yeah. That's why people are they different because me,
Yes,
with
yes,
my
yes.
I don't think.
All right. Let me just read that. I don't know if I've read the comment. Let me just read this one and finish. So we had the discussion. This one says, okay, now things are evolving. Marriage and relationships are taking different curves. Education too, making it difficult for polygamy. These days, polygamy is very expensive. Oh. Before you
Very.
need just 20K to buy for 4 wives. But now, Gen Z will ask her trip to Maldives. To Maldives. I think polygamy is toxic out of 10. Only one can be good. All right, that is her opinion. you get the point. So
Yeah.
these are things. Okay, let me take this last comment, and then we throw light on the impacts of this westernization on our culture. Now, why do you guys
Yeah.
It's a
ignore the spiritual
mystical
part of
practice.
this mystical practices? Oh, thank you so much, Igor. We see this is bringing us to now this realistic point of what we see in most. If you look at jazz in Africa, the most jazzness in Africa happens in polygamous homes. The envy will go to jazz. You will go to jazz to eliminate your co-wife. Jazz for the other one's children not to prosper, for your own to prosper. Jazz to control the man. The jazzness. This part, this
Jazzy.
Yeah,
part
way
just
too much.
crashes.
Jazzy Africa.
The
And they
jazz,
always
the whole
like they grow
Africans.
up to hate themselves. Like this,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, most of them, not all will like themselves. They'll like always
yeah.
fighting to see who will do this, who will do that.
Discrimination. You see, I came to the I just came to understand that polygamy in the ancient time could be amicable about 80 or 70%, but in recent times, you might say about 20 or 40% amicable
Yeah.
polygamous homes.
Yes. As I said earlier,
Because
polygamy now. Polygamy is a bit
yeah, because
complicated now because people have a lot of selfish interests that they want to protect.
Mm-mm.
So it's hard to cohabit and survive in that kind of environment.
yes.
Mm.
And I also think it is part, this will bring us to the next phase of this discussion. It is part of the impact of Western civilization on our culture that makes this very difficult. If the women were groomed to know that we will get married to a man that can get married to other two women and we live peacefully, like the days of old, I think it might be easy. But westernization from Christianity, they say polygamy in a bad thing. Muslims practice that. For example, Muslims can take many women and they are okay. They live okay with that because from a very tender age,
And they're
their culture
indoctrinated like
permits it.
that. They're
and they are
Yeah,
indoctrinated.
they
educated
keep
Yes.
like
their
that.
culture. That's one of the people that they
Yes,
see like
they
they
don't
still
joke.
focus on their culture. They don't play with it.
They don't play with it. You
Yes.
see,
And I think
with us,
that's one of the challenges. I think that's one of the
yeah,
challenges too with Christianity, because Christianity is a liberal religion, but there's a difference between liberty and libertinage. Liberty is when you are
yes,
free to do things within a particular law, and yes, which they will strike you. But libertinage means you are free to do anything you want, and it's slowly creeping into
yes,
Christianity, and I'm not very happy about it.
Hmm.
yes. You see, because we have a lot of, I think, libertinage, laissez faire, do as we want. Holy
Yes,
Spirit
they
did
take
this one.
anybody can do what they
You
want.
see, yes. If you travel with a Muslim,
That's a
when
Christian
he
part.
gets to
The
time
same person.
of his prayers, he will not even beg your permission. He will stop the bus and go and pray.
Eh?
And everybody in the bus will
I
understand that it's
went
Yeah.
time
to
for
a
his prayers.
Ah,
Muslim. I went to the
I don't
Muslim.
understand.
See, when is that time? If he go
He
like
will
they already knew him at work. Like when is that time? If he just go take him mate to go find the blocky place. They gave him a place where he can go and pray anytime. When is that time? Pam, he just inform us. Pam, he's gone. He need play with him.
he just go, he will just tell you whether you like it or not is what he will finally do.
Just inform you.
You
You don't say
see,
not going. You don't even teach your opinion. But say, hey, you want to wait? You want to wait? Mm-mm. I'm going. It's my time.
you
It's my time.
Try stop
And they
that
don't
prayer.
listen.
See, the issue is that they try to stop the prayer now. Just try to stop the
Eh?
prayer. You know
yes.
the thunder and
Now go
lightning.
come out.
Just try to stop the prayer.
And if you look at their virtues, they are faithful in what they do. Their lifestyle is very different. They are, if you for you to be a Muslim, you
Yeah,
have to study that are Islamic or Arabic or whatever language that they do
You
there.
see, my friend wants to
yeah,
get married to my
yeah.
Christian friend wants to get married to a Muslim man. You know what? The Muslim girl. You know what they say? They say for you to get married to our Muslim friend, you must convert into a Muslim before you can get married to her. And they say
Yeah,
even if a woman you want
and
to
then
get married
Yeah.
to a Muslim man, you have to like any person you convert to that to be a Muslim before you can marry them.
to the religion.
Yes.
And if you look at it, they are very devoted in what they do, and they are trained in
Yeah,
that. Okay, let's look at their Quran.
yeah,
The Quran has never been changed. You never see an English Quran. But look at Christianity, Greek, Hebrew. They have, if you say something, okay, if you do an exclamation, let me do a pidgin, which I believe most of our audience will understand. That motor jam that man scatter a foot. If you translate it to English, the guy hit that person and break his leg. He's not having that same emotion.
Scatter,
He's not
scatter
having
his
that
leg.
same
yeah,
expression. Yes.
yeah.
What has happened to the
Yes,
Bible?
it's
They
not
have
having the
taken
same
the Bible
effect.
and translated and translated and translated and in King James, NIV, they want different versions to give us good reasons to be arguing among one another. And at the end of the day, you are not even sure of what you are getting because they have, when they over translate something, it loses its original
Right,
context. You get that is why we argue a lot. Now, coming back to what we're talking about, that's part of the westernization culture that has been imposed. They came to us, some of our fathers were flocked to accept it. I wouldn't refuse the fact that it is good and it has helped a lot of people to be morally upright. And it has equally made us see the Western people as superior to us and giving us some Western values. Because the Western people did not just end at the level of the Bible, they introduced other pagan feasts like Christmas and all of that that are celebrated, but they came and condemned our cultural festivals. You see, there are cultural dances that used to happen in those days. I mean, without those of our funny practices, even with the practices, they told us that it is bad, and that was what was taken. Now, if you look at the polygamy in let's not go back in the days. Let's look at the polygamy practice in some of these Muslim homes. These homes they have different women and are very faithful. I had a friend who got married to he got married to a lady. I know he got married sometime around 2018. This is 2024. He has three women. So Benjamin, like, I said, eh? I said, don't take number two. He said, no, the guy is Muslim. I said, okay. And the women are groomed that way.
yes,
In their
they
belief
already
system, it
know.
is, and it is no problem. try to get married to a Christian, to a lady that grew up in Christian background. It is difficult because on the internet she is there. These women they still have their virtues. You don't see them shaking their buttocks anyhow. They have few
I'm
that shake
sure
their
when
buttocks.
I'm naked that
I'm telling
we
you,
the
like a
Christians were
joke.
the highest people to walk naked around.
Yes. They
Yes.
still have their high degrees of moral virtues. There are a few that have been westernized, but the ones that are practicing it, it is a taboo.
Even
You
the ones that
see,
are westernized, even the
they
Muslims
still
that are
have that
westernized, you see,
iota.
they have fear. They have fear.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they have that iota. Now, this is the westernization part of it. Because we are looking at TK said something here. He says they do this, do that, do this, do that, and very soon they bring alphabet or rainbow people. This is a simple analysis. The simple and the thing is simple. We are saying that they are correct, right? They are the ones that came with women emancipation. A young lady said talk something like it was. Let me go back to this her comment. So let's talk a little bit about it, and then I learned what I was learning on. It says feminism is a defense response to trauma. Yes, if you look at a lot of women that were going through trauma, they had to take defense on feminism. A lot of women that identify to that are women that are also victims of a toxic home, divorces, toxic
Mm-hmm.
relationship, and all of that. They easily understand the concept very well. And when they preach this concept, they don't even preach it with a consideration that everybody is not even dating or getting married to the person that was toxic to you. They just
Yeah.
globalize the
Yeah.
thing. And the ignorant 22, 18, 16, 25-year-old child will listen to it and carry it in the head like red cap. Worst of all, if
Yeah.
the
It's
person
a red cap.
preaching such a thing is influential enough and she looks up to that person, it
Mm-hmm.
is easy to manipulate a younger person that looks up to you because they believe
Oh yeah,
whatever thing you say is
it's,
correct.
it's correct. Yeah, that's why
Now,
I hate when when you have your kids. Stop telling them to say that man what they are watching. This like these Nigerian people like this is my role model. I don't like that.
because
Mm-mm.
they can mislead you.
Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah.
people
You
that
need
were
the
the role
children to have
models.
independence of thought.
Yes, it is very important. The role models that you look at their lives. A lot of them have miserable old ages, whereas their life.
Yeah.
But they should have independence of thought on the basis of what is correct and what is wrong,
Right.
and to be able to do what is correct without any complaint or feeling bad about it. Now we have these people that have okay. Feminism is one concept that they put in as let's take it as a defense system. When you do this, you train them to be strong enough so that they can become defensive to the toxic men. Not every man is toxic.
Not every.
Now, when
That's
you're defensive to a good man, what are you creating of the man? You either
I
tend to
want to
send the man
jump.
away. Yes,
I wanted to jump on that particular thing that you said. This issue of
yes,
strong women. See, a
yes.
woman is not meant to be strong. A woman is not
Thank
meant
you.
to be strong. I'm not saying that she
Thank
should be weak and allow people to smash her. No, that's not what I'm saying.
no.
But the woman is not meant to fight, to be strong, to prove it. No, no. A
yeah,
woman is meant to be graceful. A woman is meant to be soft, to be nice, to be appealing. That's how they're meant to
yes.
be. Now, what happens now? What is happening nowadays is that a man does not want to marry a man. A man does not want to marry a man.
No.
Thank you.
And and more to that, a real man, and more to that, a real man, like a man that is a man, wants a woman that can complement his energy, not a one that
Thank you.
can match his energy. He wants
Equate.
one that can
Yes.
complement. Yes, because she gives the balance. Now, what
Yeah.
you see most of the time, I always hear these people like, "Oh, I don't need a man. Oh, I can do bad all by myself." Those women check, they
Yeah.
are miserable. They are really miserable.
Don't
Because
Famished.
come.
the way they are, yes, that means because the way they are wired, you need a man, you need physical masculine energy to complement you as a woman. You need a man to hold you. You need a man to assure you. You need a man to protect you. Yes, women can protect themselves, but they prefer a man to do that. They prefer a man that can be responsible over them, a man that can make decisions for them. That is how women are wired. Anytime a woman struggles to go against that wiring, from my personal experience, they get miserable, but they'll never come to the media to say it. And it is high time that they start educating these young ladies to understand what true strength is. True strength is your capacity to bring peace, is your capacity to bring
Yes.
stability, is your capacity to be
Yes.
a support system to your husband and your children. That's true strength. It's the real strength, not come and be standing and be talking
Yeah.
carelessly about men left and right. Honestly, when I see a woman
Yeah.
start behaving like that, I cannot even start respecting you because you just look funny to me. Seriously.
Yeah. I think uh the network is horrible. Can you people hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. I think I think that light was very necessary, and I just want to emphasize a little bit more that if you look at those who are those safe, those self-acclaimed strong women, if you look at them, keenly, they are going through they're like, it's bad when you are damaged or going through a crisis, and you don't know that, you don't accept the fact that you are having that challenge. You can easily
Yeah,
defeat a
acceptance.
situation if you face it.
Acceptance.
Yes, if you accept and face a situation, you can easily defeat it. But when you claim to overlook the situation when it's actually an obvious situation, it creates a damaged version of you. And this damaged version is the people we see as strong women. Look at them. Most of the strong women we see as divorcees. Most of the strong women we see as people that have
Like
been
a
in
joke.
several
Like a
houses.
joke. Like a joke.
Most of them, they took upon themselves that they are going to challenge themselves to become successful, influential. And trust me, when a woman is determined to do something, she does it. They finally become financially
Mhm.
successful, influential, but they become a manly spirited person. And I like the part where they say a woman is meant to be soft, because most men won't appreciate a man for a woman. And these women that are strong
Yeah.
women have a manly spirit. You sit with someone and it's like you're with your fellow man at home. It becomes really problematic.
I tell
Some men
you, brother.
intentionally tease women
Oh,
so they can break down and they pit and pamper them. You see some communities where love is practiced. If you lay hands on a woman, they can attack you, not because
Oh
they are
yeah.
protecting the gender, but because some of these communities, by virtue of their culture, they train the women to be soft. You see? Now, let's look at this other part. When we look at feminism, when we market the concept very well without setting the boundaries, because if I understand well, one of the most reasons that it was implemented was for women to go into governance. When we don't indicate some of those boundaries properly and we don't talk about them properly,
Yeah.
people practicing it now. And you hear people like, no, I am a woman, I also have a place, I am a woman, you should respect me. And there's a new category of the ones that are called queens. The queens that don't do anything to resemble queens, but they expect to be treated as queens. So I'm a
my
woman is
brother.
a queen,
Oh, brother.
this
Oh.
one, a woman is a queen, a woman is a mother of life. It is good. But if you're doing it as if you're actually a woman as a woman, it is good. Don't be a man and you're saying a woman is a queen. You cannot be a man and expect a queenly treatment. If you're
Mm-mm.
a man will either consciously or unconsciously treat you as a man. Now, this is one of the
Yeah.
things. Now, the feminism part of it, it raises the woman's, it raises the woman's complex above. It makes her confident. It makes her successful, and a lot of successful women outgrow the ability to submit to a man. That's why a lot of them, you hear them when they make money, I don't need a man, because a lot of them
Yeah.
outgrow the ability to submit to a man. When you outgrow that ability, you become a man mentally. And when you're a man mentally, transforming a man physically is not a problem. You will start needing a woman.
Yeah.
That is where rainbow comes in. Alphabet.
Yep.
Same. You understand? Now, that is one part of the impact of these people on our society that nobody is seeing. The next part is this. With these concepts, they help us to make life inhabitable between both genders. It's not by coincidence that in today's society, you see a set of men saying, woman, and they say they no grief for any women, because they have successfully made these women to feel relevant to a point that they have set a set of rules that are very interesting. They always seem interesting and good to adopt. And when they adopt this sense, this set of rules, it makes them technically toxic without them knowing. And for them to live with somebody becomes very difficult because it is correct, it is the law. The law says that it is legal. You are supposed to the law. And the man is not comfortable with what is going on, but he cannot say anything because the law, it is legal, it is normal. You meet a counselor says it is okay to do it, and all of that. And most people don't even get their point of view. Now look at the new generation of men. They didn't have no grief for anybody. You understand? They need agree. So they have successfully made the feminine gender toxic, and now they are making the masculine gender toxic. I cannot live with. If you look at there's a certain degree, there's a certain men that don't really like women. You say people for hormone, they just behave some kind, people they handle they fine, they just do some kind, but wake up naughty, wake up change, wake up, like that.
What is it? People for what?
People for hormone. You see? So it makes them not to really like some of these women. And we see now another camp of men not wanting to even have companionship to do with women. And we see the two camps. When this has been successfully implemented, men will start being comfortable pairing among themselves. Alphabet. Rainbow people. The agenda is sweet from the start, properly defined, with the intention of making you free, making you comfortable. Did you tell them that we were not comfortable before? With the intention of making you
just imagine.
You see? And all of a sudden, you will notice that you on your own, nobody will tell you. When you are successful, you are powerful, you are influential, you are the way you are, you have money, no man can tell you rubbish. Are they mad? Are they okay? They cannot tell you anything. And no man too want to succumb to you, despite the fact that you have money. You will need somebody that will succumb to you, and that will meet to your erotic desires. And that person, you will see, a lot of them will take money and be giving to these small girls to be doing wonders with them. You get?
Yeah.
And that is a new culture that is being impacted that nobody is talking about. If you want to be alphabet, let it be because it's your choice. Don't get into it without reasoning. It's your business. People choose to be good, people choose to be bad. Whether you're good or bad is your business, it's your choice.
Man, forget that thing. See. This rainbow thing I'm very categorical about it. Is this issue of there's a reason why God was a dictator. There's a reason why God was he knew what he created. He knew what he created. You see, human being strong head, very, very stubborn. That's why he was a dictator. Yes, we strong head very badly. That's why he was a dictator. He said, do like this. If you don't do like this, the frap. If you don't fix it, the frap. Now, human beings like that, they want to tell you a human being to rule them. From the time that's talking, from the time that's check your Bible. Human beings have been going through chaos upon chaos upon chaos upon chaos upon chaos. Now, this issue of freedom of I have the right to that's the thing that has made the American society to be the way it is. I have the right to, I'm free to. I have the right to, I'm free to. That is why if you look at Africans' culture from time immemorial, is dictatorial. If they say you are to sit down, you should sit down. If they say you should go left, you should go left. And Africa was always fine. This issue of I'm free is libertinage. They don't put proper laws to protect that freedom. Now, this I like the way some of these African leaders have been kicking hard against this issue, these rainbow people, and I think that our teachers and our parents should also join that train. Make it categorical that you are not free on that direction, because the wives don't come and tell they are free to steal, but they tell us they are free to change your sex. No, I don't. If I'm free to change my sex,
and they impose on other countries, so you want extension. Yeah. Why you Rome my own country? Like it's like this colonialism, colonization never end.
Yes, never end. Colonialism. Never end. Because people come and tell you that if you feel like a woman, you can become a woman. If I feel like a thief, I should become a thief. They should balance that thing, Massa. If I feel like I feel like a killer, I should work and kill people. They should balance that thing. I'm very categorical about this rainbow thing here. You have no freedom to change yourself because you're not creating in the first place. You have no freedom.
Mm-hmm.
How your money pick?
Yeah.
Get picking them, get grab picking them. Then you want change. Then one
Just
go
imagine.
go interact with the other.
One way I know imagine them. One way imagine them. You see soft succulent something. You go find Tim and had
Imagine. Go find more skin, more skin. Bring them for all place. Siam.
It must be demonic. You know if you ever know man.
Let that thing. You go leave me and give stock chest. You go find a strong muscle.
Muscles. See me, muscles. Now, let's take some comment.
This Selena Williams, they call her Serena Williams. Yeah, that is sister. They put me go play with the person we don't change into woman. Say me play table tennis with them. It they tell them straight say if you play man, if come out
Yes. We need
going.
to be categorical. They should not flaunt it on you should not throw it on people's face like that.
Just imagine.
Do your thing and get out. Don't be sure throw it on people's face.
Don't
Because
come
if you look at it keenly, this is a secret agenda that is being marketed that nobody is talking about.
Yeah.
Now, in around 1999, yeah, let me babble to around 1999 or 2000, or let me say let's say around 2001 like that. If you say something like there is homo here, people might avoid that environment. In fact, they'll just either they will hold people and beat and burn or treat them badly, or they'll just avoid the place. Nowadays, come and say there's homo here. What is their choice? It has gradually become normal. It has gradually become normal.
This thing that you're saying, I started noticing this thing in films because I'm an avid film watcher. I started noticing, and I was warning that this thing that they are putting in film like that, it will soon become very normal. And
very good movies.
Yes, nowadays in 10 films, 6 of them that are homosexual, as homosexual characters inside.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they didn't even go for picking them. Like you go to my innocent, you go to them 3 years, 2 years for school, for go keep preach things. If you want change, you change. I don't tell them say no. They were the one talk that thing for the school. They tell me my beginning will go school for 1 week. My beginning will go school for 1 week. I need to give some kind of doctrine for my beginning.
Because they market it. They have been marketing it, and it is what we are not noticing. If you look at it now,
library. Don't make cartoon there to that thing.
You see, it's very normal. You say this person is homo. You have already seen it in a film. You say it's just like okay. I went to a wedding. There was. Let me tell you the story. I went to a wedding at somewhere in town. There was a lady that came. She was yellow, with lips. She had sexily dressed. So when she was there, they said, okay, they have a special guest artist. The artist will be coming very soon. I went out to ease myself. Male, female. In the male, I first of all went out. Some children were like, hey, Tio, they see about film, we don't say for your life. Hey, I understand children like 18, 20 like that. I did not understand. You hear the murmuring. They were saying, "Aman." I went out to the bath. I noticed that in the section of male female, the lady was dressing in the male. I was like, really? I went and came in. They say in a man. You look at between the leg, you see the trace of that line of the kin there. We're like, what? He or she, I don't know if he or she came and danced, and people were like, what part came out and finally, man, I'm like, are you a man? That is how they infiltrate our culture. They infiltrate us and make some of these things look normal. They create an icon from it and make it like it's normal. And all of a sudden, the people who come in this time that it is normal, it's easy for them to easily translate and do all of that. These are parts of the westernized culture we are not talking about. These are the parts we're not talking about. You see, very soon, you see a small child in the Western world somebody who just get up and say he does not want to be identified as a man or woman. He wants to be identified as a cat, a dog.
You can identify me like killer, and that time for that wrong that don't move.
So These are the impacts, these are the things, these are the hidden agendas that are coming in progressively, and we are not smart enough. We are not smart enough to pinpoint it. Let's just take some few comments. I think we'll be live for long and we'll just conclusively sign out. Okay, this Damien Goom, you're welcome. Engine. It says enjoying the program. Yeah. Sentilo Mix says you're welcome. Sentilo Mix says I'm really enjoying the program. It says Sa Arileno. Yeah, we are glad you're learning. And this one says, boss, what I think is people grow with age of time, with the age of time. Okay. She says you can't force monogamy to Muslims because that's what they were groomed to practice.
Yeah.
Likewise, force polygamy to Christians because they weren't groomed to it. Now, at a certain point, a lot of Christians practice polygamy, by the way, either legally or illegally. Some people will choose that they will not better go them to the church and do the nonsense. It let me read the comment again. It says if you wanna get multiple wives, go to a lady who can condone, and likewise. Let's stop forcing people to do what they don't like. No, we are not forcing, we are just commenting. There's certainly a woman or man out there who will be available for polygamy. The problem is forcing someone to take up something. Let me read a comment from here. It usually cuts from there. They said the problem is the problem is something to tell something they ain't comfortable. Solution: go for who is willing to give in or practice. You see, anybody has a choice to their life. Anybody has a choice. That's why I say what works for you, do it. I wouldn't say at any point that our mothers were suffering in those days when they were co-wives. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't, because they have their reality, and if we work for them, we work for them. And I wouldn't say any man that is getting married to a man today, to one woman today, is suffering. If it's working for you, do it. Don't force yourself to do what is not working for you, and you begin to lie yourself. If you know you cannot stick to one man, get your multiple women. It's your business. It's an option still in Africa, you see, and in some countries around the world. So if you want to go for that, go for it. Okay, you are very right, King. That's what Sentilo Mix said. Fonju Constance, you're welcome, Fonju Constance. She says it's really difficult for strong ladies who have already adopted most characteristics made for men to listen to a man and submit to a man. I am strongly with you. That is a simple reality we cannot deny. You see, we cannot really deny. When you have been transformed to be a man psychologically, turning you physically to be a man is not a problem. It's like ABC. Okay. Diamond Natural Skincare. Glad to have you, Diamond Natural Skincare. And I hope we'll be having you subsequently as well as guests. Now, he says, life is spiritual. Every physical manifestation has spiritual impact. The night began before the day, and the spiritual began before the physical. You just need to choose a camp, either to be in light or darkness, by Holy Spirit or evil spirit, and all have their spiritual implications. The evil or darkness, if the evil or darkness is responsible for the things we see today, they have no control over themselves, because they have been conditioned by their fruits. You shall know them. The fruits of the Western cultures have proven to be evil.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I want to believe we are understanding who we are. We are understanding the moral virtues we uphold. We are understanding the family ties. See, civilization came. Today we have Facebook, we have all of this. But it came with other hitches. I miss those days where we will sit in the house and grandpa will call all of us, will sit and he'll be telling us beautiful stories. Stories. And there was this family bond. I miss those days. Like, I remember when I was much more younger, my I will just say my grandfather, let me just say that way. He called us, showed me that who is this? I was around class 4. They taught us that your father's brother, sister is your cousin. So he said, who is that? Say my cousin. He says, no, it's not your cousin. This is your sister. All of us will eat from the same plate. All of us will have a family tie. We'll have a family bond. In the neighborhood, there was unity. Today, you can sit in a house like this with your brother and your sister. You guys talk for 5 minutes. The rest 24 hours, you're on your phone, Facebook. You go to a gathering, people, we don't connect to one another anymore. And let's look at the people we are copying. These people will get up, stay in the house, and when they get to a certain age, they leave the house and detach from the house, such that even your brother cannot visit you like that. They will get married without even calling father, mother, anything. It is my business. I am married. You see,
Oh,
and these are the people we want to copy. People that will get up together, they want to be animal. We want to copy. People that are divorced like nothing, we want to copy. People that are losing human, we want to copy. We should really watch what we are copying. It's not because
yeah,
they are
yeah,
fair skinned,
yeah,
beautiful infrastructures that make everything they do authentic. These people make a lot of mistakes. The white system is not the solution to cohabitation. I strongly
Yeah,
refuse that.
this thing they
Also, try.
accepting all these things is because of it's politics. You always see when they accept this when they're doing their campaigns. Campaign they'll accept that
You
you can
see,
go ahead with this thing, all those things. So it's like it's not even it's for the benefit of those who are in power, not even for the individuals.
and they do it for their interest. And the public mass
Yeah,
will always be the one to suffer. The ignorant mass
that's
will
no one.
always be the one to suffer. You see, so let's be logical. Let's be sane. Somehow, I'm into entertainment, and we know entertainment is promiscuity is one of the most marketable things. But that's one thing it's been very difficult for me to market because at one point I still have that African virtue that was installed by my parents.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
difficult for me to do some kind of things. It's
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it's quite very difficult. And I just want to encourage us not to lose our Africanity, not to
yeah,
lose our moral virtues, not to lose our unity, not to lose our
yeah.
cooperation,
Respect
not
your
to
husband
lose
the way
our
your mother
brotherliness.
used to respect your father.
Exactly.
The respect, the respect.
Hmm?
You see, how did it start before you even start exchanging words with your father? For me,
Hmm?
How?
how did
How?
it start?
Chai.
The one time we talk
How?
back to
Want
you
to
where you sound fine.
they born you, so
Papa,
we should uphold, yes, we should really uphold those virtues. And
yeah,
for our women that are struggling to be men mentally, just know that before you engage, reason it to the end. Because when you become a man mentally, you eventually become a man physically. If you're ready for
Yeah,
that, that's
that's
the
the
more.
yeah,
process. Man. You're
yeah.
great
And for
explanation.
our yes, be exemplary. I think I don't know. Mama Sita, do you have any final words before I sign out?
No, just as I said, so I was about to just run to the store because they're about to close. Yeah, so as I
All right.
said, see, men are the one they like they need our respect. We ladies, if you really want our like your marriage to work, respect your wife, your husband, and your husband too is reciprocal. Respect your wife too.
Yeah.
Then try to avoid argument, especially when you have kids at home, because kids they copy a lot. They'll be like, oh, when
Yeah.
my father got married to my wife, they used to do this, so it's normal. So they'll take it as normal. No, it's not normal. So know when to like. I know sometimes you argue before you come back, but make sure don't do it in front of your kids. You do it, settle it, and always keep your stuff in inside the house. Don't spread what is happening in your house. If you have an argument with your husband or your wife, don't go about telling your
Mm-hmm.
friends and this and that because they'll say that they'll
Yeah.
interpret it their own
Yeah.
way, and then you start bringing more problems into your homes. So with that, respect, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. I gotta run.
Mama Sita, it was good having
Yeah,
you, Mama Sita. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya.
yeah.
Now, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Now, TK, do you have any final
Yo,
words before you dismiss?
man, the final word is very, very simple. If you're copying something, copy the right thing. If you're copying something, copy the right thing. Don't lose your identity. Don't lose your personality. Don't listen to everything. Not everything is fruitful for you. Not everything is best for you. Do the right thing. Listen to people who have succeeded. If for those of you planning to settle, like get married, get into relationships,
Yeah.
listen from people who have had successful marriages and relationships, not from just any Tom, Dick, and Harry. And also do what the Bible recommends. do what works best for both of you. There is no formula in this thing, it's an agreement. So you guys should agree with one another, and please let love lead. Let love lead.
Wow. Wow. Let me give a hand clap to that. So at this point, TK has said it all, so I can say I absolutely have nothing to add to this. All right, it was nice
Hold
having
on,
you
man.
guys. Thanks so much, TK, for being there, and big
Yeah.
shout out to everybody that participated. You know, I can't call all of your names, I can't mention you all, but sincerely, it was a wonderful moment. See you again next week for another virgin edition of this our talk show, this podcast, this conversation. And next week we'll be having amazing people. Two of them have confirmed already, and we'll be having more people to handle beautiful topics like this. If you want to be part of the program, you want to come in as a guest, just indicate, and we're going to add you in subsequently. If you have topics you want us to talk about, let us know. And if you have commercials, bring them in. We're going to talk about everything subsequently. See you next week, and do have a wonderful evening. Thanks for being there. I remain welcome, and see you again next time.